off. And I'm like, well, no, you gotta give yourself a tip. She goes, I don't like asking people for tips. Take the tip, right?
Yeah. But just settle out and relax until you get your drink.
I don't know I can't really paraphrase for you. I'll explain it one more time. That way we can start over, because I know I was talking kind of fast, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're in a meeting online, and it's a monthly meeting that everybody meets. It's just clerical support people, though. It's not supervisors.
Mm-hmm.
But there is one person who's in the meeting who is like a supervisory type of status. She's in the office training a brand new person who it was his third day on, and they had hired him to be that Napa office technician. And we always do silly things, like sometimes we'll do a dance party, 30-second dance party, where we play music, and then we're each in our respective locations, could be like an office or home, but we're online, and we do a dance for 30 seconds. Did I say 30-second dance party?
Yeah.
And it could be anything silly, music, whatever.
Yeah.
So we did our beginning thing, not meet and greet, but we did like our just talk thing first, and then we were getting ready, and I said, hey, because this guy's new, I have an idea. Why don't we do like I do in my recovery meetings, and we go around and introduce ourselves?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they were like, sure, yeah. So I said, I'll start. I'm Sabrina. I'm 51. I have 2 daughters. They play softball. This is what I do for the unit. My coworker over here is my 97-year-old grandpa, and then I pointed at you.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody said, I said, that's Papa Joe. And everybody said, hey, Papa Joe. And that's when you waved at everybody. And then it came time for the coworkers to go around. So the first girl said her name, how old she is, and that she's a cat lover. But she also mentioned that she reads books, like she loves books. They all like to read.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second guy said, my name, this is how old I am, and here's a book that I've been reading, and he gave us a recommendation of the book name and the author.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting into books too. Then the third girl who's there, she's there with the person, the new person. She says, I'm also a book reader, like crazy book reader, and I do this for the unit, and I have chickens, 25 chickens and goats on my property, and this is what I do. Then it came time for the new guy to say something, and he said, my name is so-and-so, I'm 36, I'm a book burner, and I'm also a Nazi. And I stopped and I said, what do you mean I didn't hear the Nazi part.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what do you mean you're a book burner? Do you read through books like you burn through them fast? And he said, no, I don't read books, I burn them, and I'm a Nazi, and I'm coming for you, Papa Joe.
The first thing it's not funny, you know. If it's a joke, he thinks it's a joke, then it's not funny. You know, you don't joke about those kind of things.
Right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
And he's opened himself over to really, 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 really terrible things on his side, because I could, you know, we could say that he threatened me.
Yeah, I know.
And he threatened me, and you know, I don't know about law and order now, but in the old, he could be hauled away and lose his job.
Well, from what I understand, he's not working for our department anymore after that.
Is that right? Well, good.
Yeah, because it was potentially a threat, but it was also done during business hours in a business in the
setting.
office,
Mm-hmm.
and other people heard it and witnessed it, and
What he says in that office makes it official.
yeah, absolutely. So like I said, I think that the coworker who went to go train him had given him a history, a background on most of us, and basically said, oh, and Sabrina has her, old grandpa living with her, and he's a World War II veteran and a POW. That's the only way that this person could have gotten any kind of background on you. I mean,
because you didn't say anything about my background.
No.
When you said, hey, and I've got my partner over here, Papa Joe, and that was it, and I waved. And so how did he know that? And there's nothing where they're pointing. I don't think I have any memorabilia up there that. No, I may have a picture of an airplane, but that was it.
Yeah. Well,
and that could be it had. It was just an airplane framed in a picture. He couldn't have any idea of what it was about.
And that's my fault for not blurring my background, because you know how on those Zoom calls you can do whatever background you want.
Right.
So in the future, I'm going to blur the background so that somebody can't see stuff. And unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to share you anymore with in my meetings and with people that I talk to, because what it did to me, and I think what it did to everybody else, was because if you heard what I said when he said I'm a book burner, you know what book burners were.
Oh yeah. I could see the newsreels we used to watch of these black shirts standing around, and people huge bonfires and throwing books in.
And what was the reason behind that? What was it to stop?
Well, they don't want any other thought. I mean, they had their Mein Kampf, and they had their Nazi ideology, and they didn't want to hear anything of anybody else, and anybody else that had different views from that. They didn't want the people
stop
to know.
Further education. It was only theirs, right?
Yeah, right.
So I guess I had to tell you, Grandpa, because I respect you too much, first of all. And secondly, it really affected me to the point to where I had to leave and go outside and have a nervous breakdown in the backyard. And I didn't want to scare you, because I was inconsolable. I could not get my shit together. There was something that had definitely triggered me. And I'm already vulnerable. I'm taking care of a situation with my dad and everything. And so, and I've heard hate speech before. I've never witnessed it. It's never been in my face, and it's never been something that I have had represented to me, you know what I mean? Or somebody in my family, or the other people who were even on my team, because those people witnessed it too, and they were attacked too for their for wanting to read a book.
Did any of them mention it? Say anything?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Did you order the medium ice peach latte with the granola bar?
Yes, ma'am.
Here is that straw.
Thank you.
Granola bar.
Thank you. Awesome.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, you too. Thank you. Here, cheers. Do you want some?
No. Cheers. Oh, hey, I can see myself.
Yeah, I'm taping our conversation.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Hi, Papa Joe.
I did not tell you that after all that happened, I got a phone call right away from my coworker, and she was trying to help me process. Meanwhile, the person who was there with him, she went directly into the office where their supervisor was, and she shared with him what happened, and automatically they halted the day. He was called into the office, and he was sent home for the rest of the day, and told that he would be notified of what would happen, what would come of that. And so I don't know, because privacy laws, obviously, I'm not able to
Find out what.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what his fate is going to be.
Right. But I did ask, because from what they could tell, he was sorrowful about it, because he knew that he had done something not kosher. I guess that's a weird word to use when I'm talking about anti-Semitism. But he apologized a couple times, and then he went on his way. And he also represented the possibility of it being a joke, that he was joking. So in any other situation, if you're with your friends or somebody that you maybe possibly have a really close relationship with, it may have been acceptable. But for our first view of this person, and to have just met him, and him to be third day on the job, it was socially and morally unacceptable. And not to mention scary.
Yeah.
It scared me. It scared me.
Absolutely.
For you, for me.
I mean, if he's serious, then you right away said, well, he said he's coming to get him. You got to have a house full of you have a family.
Yeah.
And if somebody's is threatening to enter your
domain.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so serious. Number one, it just is beyond comprehension how anybody would say that in jest or anything else. But if he had really been being a dumbass and thinking that, oh, this is a good joke, and say it, then he immediately after saying it, if he had any sense at all, he'd say, I'm just joking, of course.
Right. Right. But he didn't.
No.
And I talked to a couple people yesterday, supervisors, and today I talked to another supervisor, just reiterating my concern, because if I need to file a police report or ask for a restraining order, or what is it that I need to do in respect to protection, you know what I mean, protecting us, I was reassured by them that, or him, that he felt, the supervisor, that it was not an outright threat, that it was a dumb ass joke, like you say, and that it was something that may not be taken seriously. Taking that with a grain of salt, I have to go back and reiterate that a lot of times, a lot of things can be, like if you see school shootings and stuff, the signs are there from some people that there may possibly be, an indication that something was going on. And so with that, you have to always keep aware that this may be something leading to something more serious, whether not with us, with somebody else. I don't know if he's a real Nazi. I don't know if he pretends. I don't know what his situation is, but I do know that I felt extremely vulnerable, attacked, and fragile at that moment, and worried for you, worried for us, worried for my coworkers, and so also just in general, just a disbelief that it's a real thing. And I get it. I know it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Funny or not, that was a real thing to me. And so I wanted to tell you because, I know you, I know your personality, and I know that you blow a lot of stuff off, and I know that I should be doing that with a lot of things too, and not taking it quite so seriously. Anything, somebody cutting me off in traffic, life in general, owning the deep stuff that I have to, and then getting rid of the stuff that I don't have to. But this pretty much rocked my foundation of belief and understanding, and that's why I am on a very thin ice type of place right now, doing the best I can to do the right thing for you, for my dad, for the girls, for Rick, for my sister. So I actually left after I got my hair done, because I left work early yesterday. I went and got my hair done, and I went to the church, St. Rose. I went to the church and I prayed for this person. Had to write a statement about it, and in the statement I turned into my boss. I even said, I hope this person can be offered some counseling, because
that shows that your love for the love you have is expressed by your going to church and praying for them. I mean, it shows a lot of courage and a lot of love to be able to do that, and understanding that Jesus is a forgiver, and it's up to Him to do the forgiving.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you too. Yeah, I love you more than you could know.
Give me 5. No, we love each other equal.
Right.
Okay?
Right, okay. Did that question you had last night about the show of shows have anything to do with this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember. I mean, was that guy serious? He was serious at the
At the show of shows, he was serious. Yeah. He
was serious.
Going to those shows with you and witnessing hatred outright in front of us have been expressed in, I just chalk it up to those guys are just hillbillies, right? I mean, when that guy came up and you're sitting next to Walter, the man that you shot down, but that you're friends with, and he says, so you shot that dirty Kraut down? I want to shake the hand of a man who did that.
Yeah.
We realize that that's ignorance, and we tolerate that. We tolerated that in 2000. When was that? 2006.
Yeah.
For the pure and simple fact that I think we were all in awe of the fact that we were able to sit there. You and Walter were able to sit there together and share this experience, and not to let that individual come over and change our joy, kill our joy. And that we were at an event that was, people came to it. You didn't have to go there. You weren't getting paid to go there. People came to it. So Copper's gonna get that guy. I think did you see the guy fly by us just now right there, and then the cop zoomed up,
went over?
Yeah, he's got his lights on. Oh, he's getting in big trouble up there.
And the guy's not stopping.
No, he might be on a run. I don't know. It's looking a little sketchy. But he was going way too fast on our right, and then that's kind of poetic justice when you see that happen, because you're okay. I rarely get to see that, and I drive quite a bit, but I rarely get to see somebody who's being a jackass on the road. Yeah. Oh, he did catch him, so he's pulling him over now. I wonder what he got clocked at. He had to be doing close to 100, passing us, and then he zoomed over got
Oh,
busted.
he's got him.
Yep. That's what happens, man. Sweet redemption.
You know, I think this is the first time I've been in California that I saw a cop pull over somebody.
That's funny. No, well, you've actually witnessed it happening. Because you've
Yeah.
told me as we've been driving, you'll be like, you'll see a cop pulled over on the road, and you're like, well, I could just go as fast as I want because they're busy doing their thing with
Right,
them.
right. That's right.
Yep. Anyway, I feel better now that I told you because I've been holding on to it, and I have had, I told Rick and the girls, and they're all like over the top fuming. They want his name. They want to go get him. Not get him, but you know what I mean. They want to go say, what the hell? I called my my mental health support that they offer through the state, my job, because I feel like I need to go to some counseling over it, and they're offering me 3 visits, and I'm like, what if the therapist deems that I need more than 3 visits? And they said, well, that'll be on your own dime. I said, okay, well, I'll just continue on with what I do, which is talking to my support groups, my recovery, talking to my family and friends, and then I knew that I had to talk to you about it because it was just one of those things that if I just kept holding on to it, it wouldn't be good for me. And I don't mean to tell you this to upset you, but I know that you know the right things to say, and I know that your first thought process was that, oh, that guy was joking, right? But then you don't joke in a situation like that or in that type of environment. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video now because
Okay.
say goodbye.
Bye-bye.